Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video. As you can tell, this is Fallout 3. Now, with the massive amount of hype that's been underway for Fallout 4, which I've kind of overhyped myself, I tend to go and watch the E3 thing every now and then to see people's reactions to it, and that hypes me, and considering it should be out in about a month and 7 days, I thought, why not? I was going to do A Tale of Two Wastelands, but I didn't like how it's set up, so I'm doing Fallout 3. And depending on how far I get, will depend on how far I get. I'm not planning on making this a main series, but I am going to do some videos to it. I've lightly modded the game. I'll try to do it so I could play it with a controller, but certain things are needed. For one, I've got a bullet time mod on, which I want. I've got 9 sights mod on, which I want. They're the only two essential things which I've put in. And if I cannot bind the bullet time mod to the controller, I'll be struggling through with my mouse and keyboard. And considering my good mouse broke, I think the wire into it is like kind of come semi-loose, because if the wire isn't in a certain position, like, it loses power. And I'd take it out and try and figure it out, like fiddle with it, but it's got the teeny tiny little screws, and I haven't got anything to unscrew it with. So I'm probably going to have to wait and maybe buy a new one, which is a shame, because the one I'm using now, it has a tendency to, when you left click, it tends to double click, and when you hold left click and try to drag something, it tends to let go of it, which makes editing videos kind of difficult. Either way, I'll stop rambling and start the game, so I'll be quiet. The old low-quality introduction.
War never changes. Since the dawn of humankind, when our ancestors first discovered the killing power of rock and bone, blood has been spilled in the name of everything from God to justice to simple psychotic rage. In the year 2077, after millennia of armed conflict, the destructive nature of man could sustain itself no longer. The world was plunged into an abyss of nuclear fire and radiation. But it was not, as some had predicted, the end of the world. Instead, the apocalypse was simply the prologue to another bloody chapter of human history. For man had succeeded in destroying the world, but war never changes. In the early days, thousands were spared the horrors of the Holocaust by taking refuge in enormous underground shelters known as vaults. But when they emerged, they had only the hell of the wastes to greet them. All except those in Vault 101. For on that fateful day, when fire rained from the sky, the giant steel door of Vault 101 slid closed and never reopened. It was here you were born. It is here you will die. Because in Vault 101, no one ever enters, and no one ever leaves.
Ron Perlman. Damn epic voice.
Let's see. Are you a boy or a girl?
I'm neither. I am both.
It's a boy. A boy. We've got a son, Catherine. A beautiful, healthy baby boy.
Oh, James. We did it. A son. Our beautiful son.
You've got a bright future ahead of you, son. I'm sure of it. Look at you. Look at you. Hi there. I'm your daddy, little guy. Daddy. You're going to need a name, aren't you? Your mother and I have been talking. What do you think about...
So, you were really gonna call your son Player Name? Yeah. You may call me Littica.
That's a good name, don't you think? Fits you perfectly. Looks like they've finished the gene projection. Let's see what you'll look like when you're all grown up.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
You're going to look a lot like your dad. See that, Catherine?
Oh, very strapping.
It's a big world out there, son, full of all sorts of people. What about you? What kind of person are you going to be? You're just
James?
Catherine?
James.
Catherine! She's in cardiac arrest. Start compressions. Get the baby out of here. Move! Move! 1,000. 2, 1,000. Come on. Hang on, Catherine. Hang on. Okay?
We need a doctor, not a deadbeat. Fail to meet my expectations and there will be no...
Don't look straight into the light now.
Cheerly
Look
charity.
at your eyes.
May your future be
It's
bright,
just
boys.
something you get used to feel here. Just like home. Come on over here, son. Come on. Walk to Daddy.
I'm going. Bye-bye.
Just a little further. There you go. My goodness, just a year old and already walking like a pro. Your mother would have been so proud. Listen, kiddo, I know you don't like it when Daddy leaves you alone, but I need you to take care of yourself for a minute. You just stay here while Daddy runs to his office. You'll be okay, pal. I'll be back in a bit.
Yeah, this is, I'm playing this in 720p. What button is it to lift that up? That's it. Yay. Ooh, making myself dizzy now. Yes. Let's wait for Daddy while I play with the ball. Hello? Where'd the ball go? Where'd the ball? Oh, there the ball. Eeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeee Come back here. There we go. Hey. Now I have absolutely no choice but to go outside. Come back, ball. My shiny ball. I keep forgetting you just have to tap it and it picks up automatically. I've been holding it, so that's probably what's been letting go of it quite a bit. Uncle Snuggy Butt. Play with Uncle Snuggy Butt. Uncle Snuggy Butt! I won't lie, I tested the game earlier, and I don't know if it's because I had control, but I went like that, and it continued to like spin around like that really crazily while I was standing still. It was really strange. Snuggy Butt's going bed by. And let's have 6 strength, and 6 perception, and 6 endurance, and 1 charisma, and 9 intelligence, and 6 of that, and 6 of that. Yeah, it's a bit lackluster, but hey. Because in this game, charisma is pretty useless. I am actually really glad that Fallout 4, how the stats and stuff work on it now. So you can have a highly charismatic character and not be gimped. Oh, he's back. It's I went nowhere.
You are quite the little explorer.
Me go nowhere.
For trying to pin you in. Come on over here. I want to show you something.
Oh, fine.
See that? It was your mother's favorite passage. It's from the Bible. Revelation 21:6. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. She always loved that. All right, come on. Let's go see if your little friend Amada wants to play.
Okay, lead the way, Daddy. Lead on.